Give 1 or 2 seconds for people to get in here. Hopefully the sound is okay. I may need to smudge that down a little bit on the music. Maybe one more. And controller. And Steam page up on the other side because really need that I need to really put up my third monitor one of these days. Try that. I know with this one, if I'm switching windows, the sound will go out appropriately. If you don't hear it with me, hopefully that's better. And I need to make sure that the settings have been all saved. They have. Oh, hey, look, game sound. Okay, so. Hey, everybody out there. My name is Dragnix. I am doing my end-of-the-year indie investigations at this point. I know that for some people it's going to be weird to see me possibly stream 3 times this week, but with all the games that came out this year, I do want to get a good element under my list at this point. So today is Yoku's Island Express. It's a platformer pinballer, which is an interesting element to say the least. But we're gonna get right into it at this point, because again, when I do my end of the year list, especially my overlooked list, I want to get as much experience of the games that could possibly be in that category as possible. Dynasty, you didn't miss much. I literally am starting. I haven't even been streaming for 4 minutes. Ooh. I guess this is Yoku. Oh, not his hat. Hey, welcome, Jay. Oh, okay, so we got our... Are we a dung beetle? Oh, the new postmaster. Okay, so we're a postmaster. That makes some sense. That pterodactyl's head is huge. All right. So I got to deliver a badge, which I think is going to be our tutorial level here. Yeah, Dynasty, what's up? Who is the waifu of the year? That is... That is a hard question right now. Did I say husband? The funny thing is, Husbando of the Year comes up first because it's it's Dad Kratos from God of War. Because who can resist that voice? All right, so pinball elements with platforming, interesting. Okay, we don't have enough. Fine. Hi. That was a little bit. Susie, yeah. The problem with Susie is that she actually came out in a different year, and I don't count remakes and remasters for my year portions. See what I want grows on the high cliffs above. Juicy Cove mushrooms. My mouth waters just thinking about them. Anyway, you get me a big one, and I'll let you cross the pond. This seems to be trying to deal with the Postal Service. You are hindering the Postal Service. That is a federal felony, good sir. But I guess we have to do it. Okay. It's sort of like Sonic Sin Pinball, but there's a little bit more platforming, it looks like. It's a lot less like pinball stagey and more other. Okay, so getting those. Are those just currency? That's going to be a good question here. Whether or not those are just currency or I really need a lot of those. Oops. There we go. Who's the candidate for #1 overlooked right now? That's definitely Wandersong. Another game that I played recently could technically, depending on how well it does, because I need to play more of it, it could fight for that spot, but I don't see anybody but Wandersong taking that title right now. Okay, so we have some puzzle elements here, it looks like. Interesting. What is this? Oh, got the noise maker. Not opposed to horn, but it'll do. Okay, so I gotta blow horn for attention. That seems fine. And we break these things with a horn. That doesn't make a lot of sense, but okay. I like the cover. We're looking for mushrooms. This is a great place to pick fungi, but you gotta be careful. Poison toadstools like to grow near the cave mushrooms. Single bite is enough to put someone's lights out for the day. If you still want to grab some shrooms, I recommend the cliffs on the east side. That's where the juiciest grow. I do like this art style. It focuses a lot of solid colors on the characters, but leaves the facial expressions to be very, very simple, but expressive enough. Okay, so getting these portions. Hey, Andrea, did you hear the, there's rumors of the Sega boss wanting to remake Sonic Adventure? Or remaster? I don't know if they said remake or remaster. I don't remember. Alright, get that one. I do like the level layout so far in terms of, like, the fact is that it's feeling like a world, but the pinball elements seem to be sort of not, like, jammed in. They seem to be part of everything here. Yeah, I saw that on Twitter. I think it was I don't know if it was Famitsu or that first reported it, but yeah, there's apparently rumors going around. I will agree with you on the 2D and 3D visuals, especially like there's a lot of like small details in the background work that is really working well. Okay, so we have a doesn't look like there's like the equivalent of, you know, where you would fail in the coin slot yet, so I'm assuming that will be a damage mechanic as we go along. How many hours would I expect Andrea to put into the Katamari series? Probably over 400. is my guess. Okay. Wasn't able to control that as well as I wanted to, but I'm not sure how I feel about the beetle just being, like, sort of there. It's like being dragged along. How is this beetle not dead? Okay. Okay, so we got our objective here, so we can move back and try to feed the eel. Funny enough, the pinball right now is more puzzle platformer. So it's taking an element that is familiar, but remixing it, making it into something new, which I know there's been certain games that have done that before. One that I can think of is Rollers of the Realm. They did RPG and battle mechanics in pinball, but I could see why this got people's attention. It's probably why I was recommended it by certain people. Also, it looks like I'm gonna get a bonus for doing this. Yep, okay, so a fruit bonus. Yeah, it was the Dreamcast was really ahead of its time when you think about it, but it sort of sucks that it was Sega's last console, because like hardware-wise, again, Sega was always great hardware-wise, but the problem is that they just didn't have the quality of games like everyone else did. They had great games, but like on a consistent basis. I mean, Sonic was a good mascot and everything, but they just didn't have everything else. What do I think Persona 5 R is? That is a very good question. I want to say I don't know if it's going to be a re-release of Persona 5. Like, people are saying that it's probably going to be with like a season pass and everything, like the equivalent, but I'm not so sure about that. My guess is that it maybe their fighting game, but that's a guess. Yeah, I'll give you a K mushroom. Yeah, the Yoshi's Island theme, Yoshi's Island Express for 10 minutes. I was so confused. Yeah, I mean, like, especially with like some of the visuals, you're like, well, wait a minute. Like, is this copying directly off of Yoshi's Island? But no, it's got its own visual style. It's just got that, it's sort of cartoonist realistic. There we go. Up we go. Up we go. Poor thing. All right. We need this, whatever this is. Okay, so it looks like these are key parts, so we have to get all 3 parts of the key. It's introducing to us in a controlled environment. Okay, fine. Realizing that we may have to platform as opposed to just pinballing. That's fine. I don't think they'd go Battle Royale. I doubt. I don't think Atlas has ever done anything like that. I mean, as a joke, yeah, makes sense. Good for is bound to collect. Okay, so these are collectibles. Interesting. I'm still trying to figure out, is this just a pinball that we're... Like, is this a stone that we're rolling about? I'm not sure yet. It just seems like a stone. Okay, so we can't go underwater yet, it looks like. We need something else to do that. So there seems to be multiple paths, maybe? And we can carry multiple fruit upgrades. Okay, sure. Uh-oh. Why did you start? Why did my own stream start in the background of my own stream? Sorry about that for a second there. I'm like, what's going on? Why do I hear myself? The preview function decided to start working. Okay, so the one thing here, I'm gonna see what this does. Okay. Okay, so that actually, okay, cool. What I was testing there, so you probably are wondering, well, why did he just let the guy run in? Well, I wanted to see what the consequence was, because the first thing I saw about the game was like, okay, it's cool, it's easy. It's easy. Like, is there consequences for failing? And it looks like there is. So, like, I've got the first part of the key now. Okay, there doesn't seem to be consequences. I thought it seemed like that there were at first. Let's see. Let's take damage. Okay, we take fruit. We lose fruit, so we have to gather more fruit. Okay, that's fine. With the amount that we're gathering fruit on, we're gonna probably need a lot less, or a lot more for bigger upgrades. So we'll see how that plays out. There we go. He's a dung beetle without the dung. Yeah, because I guess that wouldn't be kid-friendly for that sense. But yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Whoa. I'm getting Yoshi Island's vibes from those woolies there. Touch fuzzy, get dizzy. Yeah, you enjoy yourself, Yoko. Ow, ow, ow. How is he not dead? This is the bigger question we have to answer ourselves here. Okay, so we get fruit for destroying the people's homes. Seems reasonable. I'm in second to smelly up how to long. Name's Nick Kickback. I new to these parts. I figured that you also let me tell you what. I'll block these thorns for you and help you get up to the tower. It's the only way to go if you want to reach the village. Okay. So okay, a bounce mechanic. Okay. Seems reasonable. That makes sense. It's introducing small mechanics very quickly. I don't want to say I'm worried because at the pace of it, but I want to see what I want to see a little bit more waiting on their part before they introduce another mechanic, because I mean, the pinball portion you could do a lot with in terms of controls and speed and things like that. Ooh, that's pretty hefty. Yes, a Yoshi's Island Express for the Switch. That would be nice. All right. Now, you do have small control of the ball, which you do in most pinball games of this type in terms of, like, being able to move left and right. Okay. Okay, well, we used our safety ladder. Ladder? Safety, or safety, whatever the term I'm thinking of, safety thing. I feel, see, part of me really feels bad for what I'm putting Yoko through. There is reasonable precision needed, too, to hit those switches. Like, a lot of good pinball games, what it comes down to is that it needs to hit that sweet spot of precision versus, like, how unfair it can feel. And I feel like it's hitting that spot right now, where it's like, if I just hit the ball randomly, I may eventually get what I want, but it's going to take me a while. But if I'm precise in my firings, that it's going to work out a lot better for me. So it's good on that spot. Yeah, it should be, and that's a good point on Nitron. That there is a demo of the game if you guys want to play it yourself, which is always good to see, especially nowadays. I know that Steam has its refund policy and everything, but I don't know. Just I would like to see more games have a demo feature because I mean sometimes it just doesn't work for you, and for some people that you know, Steam cards, you have to use Steam cards, or you have to use, you know, not credit cards, and it can be pretty, I don't want to say dangerous, but it can suck that you have to put all that effort in and then have to wait a period of time to get your refund back. Safety net, thank you, Jay. You think that English wasn't my first language, but I'm just bad with words. Go up we go. So we do have our, or it also tells us which way we're going. A juicery, eh? Is that an alligator with the skull of his? Oh, the skull gang. Okay. The main thing I didn't like was the physical version didn't come with anything extra. I know that's the norm, but it said, yeah, it is. Fine, I'll give you one shot. If you could fill up the juice meter, I'll accept you as a juicer. Just climb the top of the tree and get the juiciest cocos. Okay, so we're going to be doing steroids? Okay, so it's a mechanic to fill things up, so we have to hit certain elements over repeatedly. Okay. I'm surprised that didn't actually do any damage in terms of like it hit it, but it looks like it is physics based. Like it calculates the amount of force, and then depending on how hard you hit, it will say, okay, this is reasonable and this is not. So that is okay. I can dig that. Of course it had Sonic Adventure in it. Why wouldn't it? No, I knew that was hitting it, but okay. Oh, I failed? Let me have another chance. Oh. Okay. So that's interesting. So you can actually fail portions. That's, I don't know how I feel about that yet. I mean, it does. Maybe I can come back later? I could just scream at him. Okay, it wants me to go up that way. So how do I get up that way? Close. We need some precision timing here. I'm not exactly sure what I want to hit yet, though. Maybe a little bit earlier. Nope. It needs to be a little bit later. Did that just say Monokuma Village? No, it's Mokumana Village. Yeah, I feel like if there was a way to redo this, I would be like, for like completionists, that's gonna really drive you insane. And I feel like I don't know if there's a reason for you to do that. Okay, there we go. We'll see if it like unlocks after I do this first part. Okay, so that's a save function. Okay, cool. We're gonna want to get whatever this is. Okay, a wallet upgrade. I feel like the wallet upgrade's not meaning anything because I haven't even gotten anywhere close to what I need. Oh, so we have some upgrades too from the 10s. Yes, it's obvious that it is not my first language. Japanese is not my first language. If you have seen any of the games that I have played that have any sort of Japanese pronunciation. But then again, you would also wonder about my English pronunciation, so you may just think my first language is silly. Okay. Hey! Sorry, but the way to Ivory Peaks is closed. Someone just blasted through the bridge. Oh. Okay, so it looks like we have a quest here. We need to go find her toolbox. Okay. We can go do that. So there's quest-based elements in the world. That's nice to see. One thing I want... Okay, so I do have a map, but... Alright, cool. We have reasonable control of the world. It may take us a while to get to places, but... Math is his first language, his English sucks. That's pretty correct. You just hanging out there? You got a postal badge? Then you must be the new postmaster. Yes, why is everybody acting so weird? Okay. I don't know if translators are supposed to guide people, but okay. You gotta knock him down or something? The God Slayer. Oh. Oh, okay. So big guys are lifeblood. Ow, that looks like it hurts. But that's green. Oh. 3 chiefs of Manakum. Okay. Making them accept these summons may take some work, but it's very important. We need a... Okay, so... Our typical quest going on. Try to find all the 3 things of an area. Voices remind me of Animal Crossing. Yep. That... Okay, sun, moon, and skull? Okay. Look at the detail on that artwork. Like it's got that sort of realism element to it, but there's like the way it's moving, it's breathing. There's obviously realism put into this, but in a I don't want to say a cartoonish like style. I'm thinking of like those old children's books. I can't remember what they're called. I want to say Richard Scaly, but that's definitely not right. Oh, okay. Well, I'll take that. Oh. Hey, bird. Welcome to your new office. You have 1 new message. Would you like to hear it? Yeah, sure. Are you recording? Okay. This is Paradoxity, and you're listening. You must be the new postmaster. Congratulations on your new job. Office bit managing, nothing personal. Just lost my passion for the job, you know? So the gig is pretty. I left you with the mailbag with the parrot. If you come by any empty mailboxes, just grab a couple letters to make sure the mail always gets through. That doesn't seem very, very specific. So that's it. You make sure you take it. Now, how do I turn this thing off? Did he punch the parrot? I feel like he punched the parrot to get it off. Okay, how do I get up to there, though? I'm assuming I'm going to need an upgrade later on for it. So we're just supposed to stuff random shit into it. Okay. So it'll give us some more fruit. Okay, cool. To get back up. Okay. One thing I will say that is hard to judge, and I just want to show this, like, so blue and orange are the colors for the left trigger and right trigger. So blue, orange. But in terms of like the speed, I don't see anything that's indicating like how fast you'd go. Now, granted, in certain cases, like this is only going to get you up one way. Okay, fine, but I wonder if there's going to be areas where, like that one just shoots me right up. Okay, physics engine is pretty responsive, actually. Let's go in the hole. Ball sprinkles. Your ball is terribly out of style. I'd offer you some help, but with Mokuma upset, I've been able to get out and get sprinkles. Okay, so we can color a ball this way. Interesting. We don't have the upgrade to seemingly get that guy yet, so I'm assuming it's an upgrade. I could be completely wrong about that, but I'm going to go with that for now. Love the animation's crisp. Like especially with Yoku, which I wouldn't expect necessarily, but view up here is amazing. Did you know the entrance to Morrow just lies across the waterfall, just below the old road to the caves, home of the Unders. Everyone wants a new Viva Pinata game. I mean, Microsoft's making Rare do some interesting things, but I feel like they could really sort of control them a little better in terms of, hey, focus on this. Okay. I'm going to go down here. What do you need? A boulder's blocking the pack. Slug Gardener usually fixes stuff like this. Somebody ought to fetch the Slug Gardener. Okay, another quest. So it looks like there's multiple paths I can go. That's nice to see. I don't have enough for that guy. But I can go this way, maybe? Throw that stuff in there. Okay, cool. Can't go that way because I can't go underwater. Let's look at the map here. Okay, so I want to try to get down that way. Oh, hey, what are you? I was studying when someone dumped a trunk down the falls. We already washed up. There was something inside it, but a somebody made off with it before I had a chance to check it out. Okay. We'll take a look and keep an eye out for that. Some more shit. Oh, I did not want to go that high. See, like, it feels like it forces you into a specific position. Like, I want to see if I can... If I roll across this in the right way... No, it feels like it moves me back towards the middle of it when I hit it. So, I think there's only certain ones that are... Like, this one is only going to send me one way. Let's try it one more time. Yeah, it's only going to send you one way. That is... I don't want to say disappointing, because I don't think that's the word I'm looking for, but interesting. Do I need to pull him back and... Probably wants me to use that other gem. Yeah, they'll probably do something like that, but I feel like they're going to be working on a Sea of Thieves for a while. There we go. And there we go. And let's knock you down. Let's get that save point. Let's look across the field here. See what we got. Whoa, hello. There is a sense of exploration. It's almost like there's too much to do, because, like, I don't know what to focus on. Like, I know I just got that other one, but I feel like it's pushing me one way. I want to try to go certain bunch of ways here, so... We'll see. Let's go back down. Let's go over here. We can put some mail in this guy. Yeah, it's not the same rare anymore, but I feel like there's still potential there. I don't have 80. I need one more. Darn it. You're the beetle who chased out the sootlings. Neat deal for you. It's a bigger wallet. You could even carry four. Okay, I don't have that. Okay, now that we got enough, let's go down here because I want to get something here. Okay, we can go underwater a little bit. The weather changes making each area feel distinct is a good touch. I'm surprised. I gotta check to see if the music changes though. Patch of moist, juicy mulch. I'm assuming that's gonna mean something later on. Okay. Let's go try to get that slug guy. I don't think we're gonna have enough, are we? No, we're not. We're gonna need more fruit. Spent my fruit on something that I may not have needed, but that's the breaks. So I guess the question is, how much can I earn fruit-wise from these areas? Like, okay, so I knocked some fruit around there. Is it that small? Is there a specific number? I do question that. I'm not sure what I did there. Okay, so it looks like I can gain, okay, about 15 to 20 there. That's significant, especially considering this is an area I've already been in. Will the other ones do that too? Man, those portions are harder to get to. Well, good thing we didn't need her right now. Actually, let's try to get back to... There we go. I mean, that is a small problem, Dynasty. When cooking, when a cat wants to swipe it out of the air. I mean, it's hungry too. All right, Slug Gardens. Up we go. There we go. Really? We just have to be all the way back here. I think that was the only other explosive there, so... Hopefully. There we go. The slugs are unstable wall and hit a single nudge and then kaboom. I'm the slug gardener. Good to meet you. Slugs are turning the real problem. I'd fix it myself, but all the slug controls tools are by Chad. Okay, we gotta get his tools. All right, seems reasonable. Alright, so we got our next objective. But first, we got to stuff random mail into your shit. There you go. We don't care if it actually is for your place, but we just got to get rid of it. There we go. The small boards will be interesting if they start sizing up the boards later on. Oh, it doesn't actually stop. It actually slows that down. Interesting. Nope. There we go. Oh, I don't think I wanted to go this way. Did I? I mean, maybe. We'll see. There we go. There we go. Some precision needed. So are those the slugs that I'm running into, or is it just random shit? I need to get down. Okay, so they're explosive. You think you'll like cats if you weren't allergic? Probably. It's not like that I don't like cats, but I would definitely still prefer dogs because cats are seemingly more docile than dogs. They sort of want you to come to them, and I'd rather have the dog come to me. But it's not like that I don't like cats. Okay. I will say that the game does a good job of keeping me engaged right now. Like, it gave me a lot of stuff, like, really quickly, and even though, like, you have to get used to a little bit of that, like, it's keeping me on the move. It's keeping me, like, you know, it's not stopping for anything. Okay, so we got the Slug Vacuum. Okay, that's interesting. Avanacle? I'll have to look at that one. Is that from this year? There we go. Interesting. Okay, so apparently I have a slug on my thing now. Oh, okay, so I could use them to get rid of the, I see, the explosives. All right, so that's the mechanic. Interesting. So now I gotta hit the slugs. And then I gotta hit the target. Okay. So it rewards precision. Gives you a bunch of chances. I dig it. Ow. Completely unnecessary. Little bonuses of fruit there. That's nice. Come on. Come on. I can hit this. Released in 2015 in Japan. Okay. Okay, and there's a time element on it. That's good to know. So you can't just randomly hit it and hope. I mean, you could hope for the best, but come on, come on. I don't know why I grabbed it on that one. No reason. There we go. Oh. Yeah, it looks like there is a reason this time. There we go. One. Okay, so now we need to get that back. And then we need to move him over that way. There we go. I do... Okay, so the precision is definitely on point. It's rewarding me for being precise. It's rewarding me for taking my time, but also there's a little bit of enough luck involved where, you know, like a kid could reasonably get through it without, like, wanting to, like, you know, hurt himself. Oh, I need that one more. I thought I had that already. Okay, the fruit is almost coming into play right now. There we go. There we go. Did not want that one. I wanted the blue one, Sean. I like how those slugs are so, like... They're the only, like, non-happy thing in this world right now. There we go. Don't know how the physics worked on that, but that's cool. Most people are afraid to deal with the slugs, but not us slug busters. We're the bastion between slug and civilization. And oh, by the way, if you're looking to head up the village, I recommend just keeping left past the Great Ape and up the tower. Okay, so the Great Ape. I'm not sure what you're talking about yet, but I'll figure it out. All right. Oh, there we go. What about Big Bang Age? I have no idea. All right, so we got enough for that. I don't know what that's supposed to do, though. Come on. Okay, so I'd probably need another upgrade that I don't know about. That's fine. That's cool. We can handle that. Up we go. I think we need something up here, right? Because they requested, yeah, you requested... There we go. And one more time. There we go. Bounce, bounce, bounce into the hole. Onto Marrow Hill. Sense of progression. Music changed slightly. There we go. Get us some more goodness. Hey, what's up? It's the hop-on point for the beeline. It's supposed to be the fastest way to get around the island, but sadly it's not activated. There may be a way to activate it at the hideout. Okay, so fast travels. Okay. Oh, bones. Oh, there was fruit in the bones. Wish there was a little bit more pull on the magnets on the on collecting that fruit, because I feel like I should have collected that. Stay out, you say? Well, that just seems like me needing to come over and mess with your shit. I mean, look at all these skulls. I mean, who's gonna deliver your mail otherwise? That's right, that's what I thought. And who doesn't love mail? Hey, look at the beetle. I'm beetle with a mailbag. This is the how did I spread it? You lost something. Message for Spenya. Well, that's rude. Fine. We'll just have to get past everybody. Can I just dock into this guy? Okay. At least you didn't report me to the feds. Debakanchu? Debakanchu? Is that how it's pronounced? I'm assuming that's how it's pronounced, and no, it's not how it's pronounced, but I'm gonna pretend like that's how it's pronounced. Come on. There we go. Completely necessary. Ooh, physics. Really responsive. Like, the physics engine hasn't done anything that I would, like, classify as, like, okay, what the hell is that? Like, everything feels... I keep on using the word realistic, but, I mean... realistic in the world that you're looking at right now. Oh, hey. I don't know how you got in, but you better tell me why you're sneaking around in Skullgan Turp. Package for Spinya? Okay, so we gotta do more. Okay. Oh, wait, I need that. I almost launched myself without getting that key, and that would have been... Okay, so use one of the big leaders in one of the big three. Hey, move! I want to get to that. How wooed. All I wanted to do was get to that secret thing. Can you dump me again? Or are you just... yeah, you're just going to ignore me. I missed some fruit in the jars. Yeah, you're right. Eh. Okay. And let's go to the left. See what's over here. Oh, we could always go down here. Okay, we can't really go down there. I think I need that guy to dump me again. But will he dump me? It's the real question. Or maybe there's another way for me to get it now that I've... Apparently he's been told everything that's been going on. I mean... Alright. Bounce up. We can't activate him yet. Oh, poop. Nope. You're not gonna let me do anything. You're not gonna let me work that beeline. So let's go down here this time. There is a real sense of exploration just with how much you gotta do. Which is nice to see. I don't know why I'm so tired today. Come on. Okay, so that's... did I want to go that way? No. Nope. And of course I went that way anyway. Okay, fine. Sure. Whatever. How am I gonna get that guy? I guess we can wait on that guy. We want to try to get our stuff. And down here we go. All right, down to the underbelly. The pressure is too high. Look out. Woo! What is that gonna do? Woo! Well, this just seems like fun. Oh, the skulls in the background. I don't think I have 10 yet. No, I don't. I want to know what those things do, but I haven't gotten 10 yet, and I probably should. 30. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this is just an easier way for me to get around. Okay. So there's small shortcuts that you can unlock to make things easier, but probably not needed in the big picture. I wonder how rigid that shell is, because I mean, he's moving around just fine, but Jesus, Yoku's taking a beating every time I hit this thing. That can't be healthy for him. Okay, let's try to get it over to our right guy here. Or we could just do that. I mean, that works too. Completely not what I expected to do, but that's fine. So, yeah, I think I tried to change it. I'm not sure what happened. So knickknacks is a term for like a collection of stuff, and that was supposed to be a play off the word my name. So like a collection of things that you'd want. For my curator. For anybody who doesn't know, I do have a Steam Curator that I keep updated at this point. I am going to update it with stuff even without my video reviews, but yeah, I need to change that. I thought I did. I wonder if it is changeable if I looked at it at the time and was like, oh wait, I can't. There we go. Okay, so that should help our slugs. Ah, didn't hit the thing in time. Silly me. There we go. Again, several upgrades in a small parts in the small area so that you can really test your precision, your accuracy, and it doesn't seem like it's going to stop you from testing otherwise. I will play more Trials in the Sky. Honestly, it's probably going to be something I start back in February because I'm going to be doing my end of the year lists. And that's going to take up a majority of my time. And then from there, I'm going to I got my Wandersong review. I'm hoping to have that done. I don't want to say this week because I've been saying that constantly. I looked at the script more today. I put some more elements into it. I'm happier with it, but I've been focusing on the end of the year lists a bit, mostly because I sort of need a break, sort of don't. I know I haven't put a lot of content on, but real life has been a little bit chaotic at this point. So it will get played, Dynasty. Don't you worry. It's just a matter of timing right now. A lot of people, I know a lot of people are probably expecting my overlooked games of the year list, and that's the one that gets the most views most of the time, and that for good reason. People are always looking for those gems, and that's the one that usually gets shared to Reddit, gets shared to other media platforms, because people want to know about those games. And so I think that will be the first one. I have to actually check the poll that I put on the YouTube channel on that. I did the tutorial. I did the basement level, learned the characters, mostly that. Okay, we got our guy, so now we can go to this next section. I did like the dynamic of the main characters, though. I don't want to say tomboyish girl and the I don't want to say effeminate guy, because that's not really a good description of him, but more classical guy. Got the guild card. Guild badge. So I usually try to give a semi-first impressions after the first hour. I'm really enjoying myself. The pinball mechanics are working for the platforming. The graphics, obviously, you can see on screen. They are good, realistic style, but still is able to get a lot of detail out of it. There is a really good physics engine here. I would like to see what this physics engine can really do. Like there hasn't been a situation where I've been like, besides it forcing, like, okay, I hit it. Let's see. Like, it forces you in the middle position when you're like right here, but I understand why they did that. Because these are used to just jump and to keep the same mechanic over and over again. Oh, probably need to do that for all of them. As for that, I'm probably looking forward to Zenki Zero more, only because I know it's coming out first. Nirvana, I believe, is 2020. So, I don't think that's going to come anytime soon, so I'm a little less excited for that, but not in a traditional way. Like, I'm still going to want it. Stan, have a happy new year, and thanks for coming out for a little bit. We need a key. The pressure's too hot. The underbelly is about to blow, and when it does, it's going to take the hideout with it. The troops are ready to hop on, but they can't do it on their own. You got to get in there and do something about the pressure. Woo! Go, troops, go! Help out your leader. All right, we're going to try to help him with this pressure situation. Which is, of course, meaning more pinball! I'm assuming that we need to unlock these guys. Okay, we gotta get back up there. There we go. We gotta get back up there again. It looks like we have to hit a fuse, it looks like. No, we want to get you over here. There we go. There we go. Okay, so we need to get these guys. Okay, 2, and we need one more. Oh, almost. I hope I really don't need that. There we go. What was my reaction to the Shaq Fu Kickstarter being funded? I was interested, especially with the original artwork. Granted, I was skeptical, but everything looked a lot better than it did normally. I don't remember what that guy said. I'm assuming I need to do this again. I'm also at full fruit right now, so that sucks. Okay. Gotta get up to that last one. Okay, still breaking the seals, still breaking them. All right, so there is a little bit of repetition that's happening here. I like how this is a specific version of multi-ball, which are popular in pinball, obviously. But with the case of Yoku, it would be a little bit weird. How do you make him have a multi-ball when he's just one beetle? And I guess that's the way they did it. Is this this pressure system, which makes a lot of sense. So, okay, the next Bubsy game is by is a different developer. It's the one behind, oh god, I don't remember which one it's specifically behind. They have a better track record, even though the one that made it had an okay track record. The Bubsy one, or at least the Shaq Fu one, I wouldn't have. I would be like, what the hell? Looks like we helped out our skull friend here. Aw, you smiled for a second there. Steamed hams! Glad the postman was able to save the day. Because we all know that postmen are always the ones that actually save the day in many of these situations. Especially when they're bugs. I gotta go up here. Oh, we're gonna talk to the hideout, eh? Okay, so we're gonna do this key and... Ooh. Hey, guy. Hey, big boss. Big Trip Runner devs. I mean, they've got some good games behind them. I hope that they do more with it. I hope. Okay, so you're not giving me permission to use that. So we got one of our 3 big chiefs, which is good to see. Okay, what do you got to say to me now? All right. Oh, I got to actually hold it and put it in? Well then. Okay, I guess that makes sense. Do I have to activate every single one? I hope not. We'll see on Bit Trip Runner Bubsy. It will depend on what I see from the trailer and what else is going on at the time. Why didn't you bring the over... fine. I don't know why it just didn't sit in my head. I needed to press... There we go. The tribals from Jet Force Gemini? Yeah, the Yoshi's Island, Jet Force Gemini, those that like audible, like just like grunting sesh. Yeah, you are at a bit of a pickle there. But first I gotta get this guy because he's important. But I really can't help you actually. I thought that would actually do something, but apparently not. What do you want from me? If it came out the same week as Zanky Zero, there's no way. I'm hoping to get a review copy of Zanky Zero, obviously. I think Spike Chunsoft is usually good with review copies on my side. I know that the last time they didn't respond, but that was more of a console release, and I had indicated that I wouldn't necessarily be able to get to it right away. What was that for? That was for, I think, one of the Shibuya Scramble. All right. I feel like I've got a reasonable grasp of what the game has to offer from this one. Because, again, you got the construction of the 3 levels here in terms of, okay, you got to go to each one. And each one's got its own strength and weakness in terms of, like, okay, the multi-ball portion, I'm betting that there's maybe a tilt mechanic with one of the other ones, and then maybe I'm trying to think of what other pinball mechanics there are. Maybe it focuses on more on puzzles or something. So, okay. I see good elements out of the game. I see... yes, it is, because they've made some really other stuff, like, you know, the Danganronpa series. So, I think I'm only going to play for another 15. Because, again, I think I've got a reasonable understanding here. I may have to play it a little bit more once I get into the next level of cuts on my list. But I know what the game has to offer. It's a unique game style, which always on my list is going to get more points. It's just going to. Again, even with my review scoring system, if a game is unique enough, it's going to get something extra because guess what? It's one of its time. one of its kind. But the only thing I would have to say, sound-wise, it's pretty good. Like, you get good reactions from when you know, knock your guy out. You get that little, like, screeching of... What just happened? I don't know what that meant. Fire Pro Wrestling. It's the Spike Chunsoft's wrestling game. So sound-wise, it's pretty good. You can hear those little screams of his. You can hear good activation sounds with like the, as you can hear there. As you aforementioned, voices, that was good. There's only... Yeah, I can't really think of anything that it's really missing. Music-wise, it's pretty standard. Like, it fits the game and the style in question. Granted, like, during the little pinball sections, I'm not really noticing it as much. So, it is a little bit... Ooh. Okay, I got 10 of them, okay. That's creepy as all hell. Is that a seahorse? Okay. That... I don't want to know what that is. It's probably want power to get underwater, too. How jealous of Naruto are you? Yeah, he can make clones of himself? Very. So I could get through all these games in question. But color-wise, the game... What I want to point out here, like, so even in these, like, more, like, toned-down areas, I like the fact that they've kept the color scheme of, like, the yellow and blue. Like, the yellow and blue always stands out with a little bit of neon, just a tiny bit, but not enough to where it, like, ultimately detracts from the game in question. So, like, I can see them at a first glance, but they're not so out of place where you're sitting there going like it's an eyesore of sorts, which is a good thing. The detail in the background, like some of the leaves that you can see there, are actually pretty good. The smoke effects, like the fog effects, you can feel like this world is expansive, but you feel like you get a reasonable understanding of where the world is, like how big the world is, with the stairwell in the background there. That it's big, but it's not like horribly expansive. The character designs are simple but effective, which is all right with me. Definitely has a unique style compared to other pinball games that I can see. One thing I will say, I want to see where these color balls are. Like, I want to see where, like, what colors are they offering? Are they going to offer patterns? Are they going to offer, what are they going to offer? That would be nice to see right now. Water effects a little, I don't want to say weak, but I don't want to say strange either. I'm not sure what I'm looking for. I didn't want to be back here, did I? Nope. I want to get down there. Gameplay wise, I'm having fun, which is obviously the biggest factor in all of this, is the fact that, you know, for a game like this, for this platforming pinball game, it needs to be fun. It feels like you need to be in control of the pinball, which you are. There's enough control with our protagonist Yoku here that, you know, you can move around a little bit, but you got to hit your shots. Granted, over time, I am concerned that they might have peaked a little bit early, but we'll see. How do I change this? There we go. There we go. I wouldn't say lacking. Lacking is a bad word for me to use there. Yeah, you're in control of the dung beetle pushing the pinball. You're right, but what is this? You have enough control. Oh, hey, buddy. Difficulty-wise, it's in that sweet spot where it's like, okay, like a kid is going to be able to play this game reasonably without any problems. It's going to take him a couple of attempts, but people who want precision, I can see them not really having a problem because guess what? You know, they're going to be able to hit the shots that they need. They've got the controls in question. The fruit mechanic is interesting, but I do I wonder if it's needed? You do need some kind of collectible in a game like this, especially precision-wise. Yeah, I'm going to say you do. Whether or not it's going to hold up for the entire length of the game will be a good question. Especially when you're doing these repeat portions. And granted, it's only going to let you repeat it a certain amount of times, but I'm not sure if people are going to want to do that over and over and over again. I mean, and you're in control in terms of like when you hit those flippers, which is again, when you hit that flipper is going to be when it actually, what direction it's going to go. Not in certain ones like those small ones. No, these bigger paddles though, yeah, you do have a lot more control. Are you going to let me in now because I'm part of the skull? I do not like the fact that that guy won't give me a second chance. Yeah, fruit is like currency. You're right. It is your currency of the game. Yeah, it is the bonus, and it will be. It's the equivalent of your score chasing. You do lose a little bit for taking a hit from the ball out, but not significant enough where it's like, okay, can I get that? No. Not significant enough where you're sitting there going, oh, and sort of cursing yourself. There we go. Darn it. Save system is pretty self-explanatory. Honestly, I don't see a lot of flaws in the way that they've gone about this. It'll be a real question of, does it keep up over 4 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours? I want to say yes, because they've shown the tricks that they've got, and I see places where they can improve or they can introduce new things. But again, with this being a first impression for you guys, I have to warn on that because I don't know what the state of the game is after a period of time. I'll probably play a little bit more of it for my top 10 lists. Maybe do a 5-minute review. But that will be 5-minute review wouldn't be anytime soon. And definitely would be more for the top 10 lists. So it looks like it is lenient on it. Like some of the upgrades that it gives you are just shortcuts. And I'm noticing that like going back to certain sections, there doesn't seem to be a lot of, like it's almost giving me more fruit or chances to get those fruit. Like those yellow portions right over here, I think those are I want to say those are infinite. I can't confirm that yet. There are certain ones, like you see the sign there. The sign was definitely a situation where, okay, hold on. You can't get any more out of it. But like those yellow ones, I'm betting that if I stayed and did this for a while, it would just let me get as much fruit as possible. It doesn't seem like it's too restrictive, in my opinion. That's a guess, though, obviously. Whee! Gotta love the rain effects, too. So, before I call it a night for the stream, I would like to get any questions, because that's the one thing I know that some one or two people came to me afterward and said, hey, giving a little bit of time for like a Q&A for people who are, you know, wanting a little bit more information would be helpful for them. So I'll give 5 minutes for questions, and then I'll probably call it. Probably work on the Wandersong review a little bit before I go to bed. I do have tomorrow off, so I'll probably be spending the most of the day working on my either the Wandersong review or the top 10 lists, or the top 15, 10. I haven't decided yet. I feel like going back to top 10 after I did the 15 last year is a, I don't want to say mistake, but I feel like I'm not doing as much as I should be. But then again, I mean, I have a little bit of too much detail at times on everything as I do. I will say that I am surprised, and don't take this against you guys. I mean, I'm more surprised that people are showing up for the streams as much as they are. I know that people want to see the games, and I know I'm more of a detailed person in terms of like the way I look at things, but I really do appreciate people coming out, and you know, this is more relaxing to me, even though I'm doing critical analysis at times, like showing you guys, okay, I'm stopping and showing you elements of how the game is playing. But it's nice to see that, you know, people are still hanging out. And the one thing I was concerned with when I was doing more streaming on the channel was, okay, will people start unsubscribing en masse? Because, okay, I'm going to be giving them a completely different portion, completely different content. Maybe that's going to take away from it. Maybe people will get pissed off, but not at all. Once I made it clear that, hey, I'm not going to, you know, flood your inbox with stuff. Especially like, okay, the Killer 7 one, I saw a little bit of few people desubscribe or unsubscribe when I got like the third I don't want to say let's play, but the third one on there, but that then sort of leveled itself out by people subscribing too, so I am so lost right now. That is the one thing I will say, like objective wise, I wish there was an objective marker telling me what I wanted to do next. It is a game that you can zone out and relax in. People unsubscribed. Well, so people are always subscribing and unsubscribing over time. I mean, it's just it's a part of a YouTube channel. Especially like when a video does very, very well. Some people will subscribe and then they'll be like, maybe I don't necessarily want this content. Maybe this is a one-time thing. And they'll unsubscribe after a couple of days. But I will say that in my case, it's usually people stay around. It's like, okay, you get one here, two there. And then they'll stick around until either they don't use the YouTube account anymore, or just maybe not necessarily covering the games that they want. That's the one weakness of my channel, like besides other weaknesses, because I've always said, like, I'm going to cover a variety of games. I think a good reviewer doesn't just cover one genre, because again, you can either get that strength or weakness of playing the same game over and over again. If it's a mechanic you like, you may give it points that it may not necessarily have earned, and vice versa. If you hate the genre and you start playing the second or third game in a row of it, and you're like, oh, this is the same as everything else, and you start not enjoying it as much, you need a little bit of variety to deal with that. And also, thank you, Jay. I mean, I do appreciate that for the Killer 7 streams. The Killer 7 streams are a lot of fun, too, which I think also has played a factor into me wanting to stream a little bit more. Because, I mean, again, still trying to provide critical analysis. I keep on wanting to hit the blue, but I keep on hitting orange. But, when you're doing hour-long reviews of Persona 5, at certain point, you can get bogged down in the details. All right. I think I'm going to call it here. I do have another stream on Wednesday. I'll be looking at Frostpunk. That is another candidate for an overlooked game of the year. I see Yoku Island Express. I'll have to look at the numbers on it. I know that it hasn't done extremely well, but it did it well enough where it got a bunch of attention. So I'll have to look to see if it qualifies for the overlooked games of the year list. Is there any game you regret doing a review of? Here's the thing about that. There is one I can think of, and it's not a regret in terms of regret in terms of what I felt at the time. It was correct. Back in, I think it was 2016 or 2015, I did a review on a game called, why can't I remember it off the top of my head? There was a game which was an old-style Metroidvania. It was a different kind of Metroidvania. It didn't teach you anything. It was more exploratory, and it really... Mystic Bell, that's what it was called. And it was definitely of a different style of Metroidvania that I hadn't seen before. And it really irritated me the way that it presented itself. And I didn't think about... At the time, this was a lot very early on in my reviewing career, that I didn't really think about the other side of things, and I regret not taking a step back on that particular one, because I felt like there would be no audience for this game, but that was not the case. There was an audience, it was just not my type of game. And this was before I think I had put my scoring system entirely in place. So if it did it well enough, I mean, problem is right now, I think Steam Spy's results are not usable anymore, and that would be one of my judges for my overlooked games of the year. So unfortunately, that means I gotta do it more based off of public perception, and that unfortunately means that, maybe there's a game on there that I thought was doing bad, but in fact is doing okay. Yeah, so that's it for the answer on the it'd be Mystic Bell is the one that I regret. I've thought about going back and doing a proper review of it, but I feel like it I don't want to say it's in poor taste, but it's wrong at this point for me to do. And don't get me wrong, it's not like I didn't point out things that were incorrect in the review. The review was factual in terms of what I had seen. It's just that I didn't consider the elements that went into it. All right. I'm going to call it here for tonight, guys. Wednesday will be Frostpunk Friday, I believe, is Copy Kitty at this point. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep that up there. I may do something else. But I think that's going to be it for me for now. And 90-minute stream, pretty reasonable. And I will see you all later.